So we have 10 peoples on board. Guys, keep tapping on the screen
And
so
start
we
posting
can,
your questions.
yeah, so we can have more people. More people means we have more questions and more
So we
engagement.
have. All right, so let's get started. Bring all the questions on. I think I should also display the channel name. So probably what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop our um, TikTok for a few seconds, and we'll come back again with the right banner at the back, which has our Facebook details and YouTube details. Okay, just give me 1 sec. We'll be right back on TikTok. So we just need to select a different banner. Yep, that's the correct banner, right? Here we go. So you may need to invite them again. All right. So if you guys are able to hear us properly on YouTube and Facebook, just give us a thumbs up if you guys are able to hear us, and start posting your questions. I have 4 viewers on, I think, YouTube or Facebook. I can't really figure out, but there are 4 viewers. I will display all the questions that you ask on these platforms on the screen, and everyone will be able to see. And at the same time, we are also live on TikTok. So our TikTok family, please keep double tapping the screen. All right, so just give me 1 sec. I have to get a little bit organized. I've got a few things displayed on my computer. I have to close those screens. So I have the screen that I generally share with you guys for Ensco search. Here we go. So first question is coming from Muhammad Alim. Muhammad is asking, hello, sir. Hope you're fine. I lodged my 189 visa as a civil draftsperson on December 4th, and my medical was done on December 13th. My application is decision ready. I have also submitted Form 80. I think your question is related to visa processing. Okay. Let's check visa processing times. So, Mohammed, I think a civil draftsperson, from my understanding, is not a priority occupation. That means a standard
Yeah,
processing will
it may
apply.
take up to 12 months. Nearly, yes.
Yeah. So these processing times, they keep changing, but let's have a quick look. So you have lodged your application on 4th of December. So visa subclass is 189. And visa stream is point tested, and you have lodged your application on 4th of December, not March. It should be December, and December 4th. Here we go. Look, they have improved. It's not too bad these days. 189 especially is not too bad. If you see,
but still they are taking,
yeah, they're taking time, but I believe
yeah.
it is not as bad as it was in the past. Okay, so this is current processing times, roughly 4 months for
so they are
90%
showing
of
4 months for the 189 processing,
at the
but
moment.
even I think if for the priority occupation they can even do
Process
4
in,
weeks or
yeah,
maybe
2-3
6
weeks
weeks
as well. Okay, so continuing the same question, Mohammed is asking 80, when can we expect the grant? So according to that, 4 or 5 months is the average time for 90% of the applications, and I think that's a pretty reasonable processing time given the time that other visa applications are taking these days. Okay, guys, if you are on TikTok, keep double tapping the screen. We are looking for more and more viewers, at least 50 viewers. If we have a good interaction, because we have different kinds of questions. Please bring all the questions on YouTube and on Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube or on Facebook, please do not forget to hit that subscribe or follow button. And if you're watching us on TikTok, obviously you have that follow button there as well. start posting your questions. When you post your question, please make sure give us as much as information as possible. All the discussions that we have in these live shows, the information that you get is generic only. It may not directly apply to your individual circumstances, but if you're looking for information that applies to your individual circumstances, you can simply head to our website and book appointment from there. All the details are scrolling on the screen: phone number, WhatsApp, and website address. All right, so let's get back to the questions. I've got a question from Rajan Acharya. Rajan is asking, can I expect 189 grant this financial year? I applied on 27th of November 2024. So Rajan, as per the processing times, yes, I have just checked for other person. The processing times for 189 are displayed on the screen. So that gives you a bit of idea when your application could be decided. Okay. All right. So with the asking questions on TikTok, I've got a question from Bidu. Bidu is asking, hi, why SBS approval is delay? Apply March 7th and waiting isn't normal. I am not sure why SBS is taking that long. Your migration agent can definitely write to the department that has been very, very long time. So if you applied on 27th of March.
It's 7th of March. It's just a 14 days.
7th of March. If it is 7th of March, SBS can take up to, I thought you're talking of last year. If it's just 7th of March this year, I think it is well within the processing times. Mine one got approved. One of them took like 4 or 5 weeks, right? Other one just few weeks. So it has a few weeks of processing times. I would say 4 to 6 weeks on an average for SBS. Okay, so
student visa onshore, Sandesh Chetri. So what's a visa processing time for student visa for onshore students right now?
Okay, so from the number of student visa grants we have received in last few months, I believe most of the average processing time for student visas these days for onshore applications is 6 to 7 months. 6 to 7 months is average time. We had like 6-7 grants
for the Asian clients.
Yeah, for mostly Indian passport holders, 6 Indian to 7
passport,
months.
Yeah.
Abu Salah, I am waiting. Abu Salah, please post your question again. Vidya Sudesh is saying RN 190 subclass 70 points. Any chances applied in April 2024?
Vidya Sudesh, where are you located? In which state? So I have one more question from Crazy Ish Grenade. I need to extend my student visa. Do I have to show funds? So Crazy Ish Grenade, where are you studying at the moment? In which university? If you are in level 1 institution, then you don't need to.
So if you, as Manjot mentioned, if you are studying in a level 1 institution, then you don't require funds for the purpose of visa extension.
So most of the university, most of the group 8 universities are in level 1. If you are studying in those, like University of Adelaide, University of Melbourne, Monash University, if you are in these universities, then you don't need to show your funds or maybe even English.
And guys, I can also show you how you can check the level of your university or college. It is a very simple tool on Department of Home Affairs website. It shows you, if you put your university's name and your country of passport, it will show you whether you need financial evidence or English evidence or not. If you do need them, that means it's in level 2. If you don't need them, it is in level 1. Okay. If you need to discuss about a student visa extension, just send us a message on WhatsApp and probably Manjot will get back to you with that basic information. Okay. Okay, so the question was being asked about RN at 75 points, and I'm not sure the question was about 190. RN 75 points. Generically, you can see here on the screen. If Guys, if you are watching us live on TikTok, please head to our YouTube or on Facebook. The channel details are mentioned here. I'm sharing screen there. So RNs at 75 points for 190. So let's first look at 189. For 189, we have over 1,000 RNs at 75 and higher points. So if they invited, say, 1,000 RNs, probably most of them, they will be invited, anyone with 75 or higher points, because there are like 464 at 80 points. We have few on 85, 90, 95, and probably few on 105 as well. But in total, above 75 points, we have roughly 1,500 or 15 or 1,600. So if they give 15 or 1,600 invites, everyone with 75 and higher points would get invited. So at 75, for 189 for RN becomes okay. It is not like very high chances. You are in the middle tier. But if you have 80 or higher points, you are in the top tier. So high chances of being invited if that is the case. Okay. And for 190, it is a state-based visa. So you are also required to see for 190 the state's criteria and state's trend of invitation too. Can you please help me with some questions?
So Rix, hi sir, is NSW going to waste all these remaining seats for 190?
I don't think so. New South Wales has recently done a series of seminars in regional areas, and they really want to support. So generally, New South Wales is a good state. They do not let their quota wasted. So that means if you see here, I have displayed on this slide here, you can see that New South Wales has a reasonable number of places remaining. Roughly 1,800 for 190 and roughly 1,300 for 491. But that data was updated on 28th of February. So after that, they have given more invites too. But I believe they still have reasonable number of places remaining. So guys, if you are on Facebook or on YouTube, you can post your questions directly. I would be happy to display your questions. So we are all on the same screen and we are all looking at the same thing and same discussion. So we are all learning at the same time. Okay.
G Sama, so what about offshore civil engineer? So Mohinder sir, what do you think about engineers?
My understanding about offshore engineers is the department, we saw 190 invite for an offshore engineer with 8+ years of work experience and superior English. That was from South Australia. The same applicant was also invited from New South Wales as well later. So if you are offshore, if you are in offshore and if you have good experience, say 5+ years of experience and superior English, get that skills assessment done and apply for EY. You've got pretty good chances. If your points are on lower side, maybe choose 4912. Okay, so you do have options.
Samrat Adhikari, ECT NSW 190 chances with 80 points, superior English but no experience. Samrat Adhikari, you may get invite for 189.
What are the number of points?
So 80 points.
Superior English,
but no experience.
Civil engineer?
No, not civil engineer. It's an ECT. Joshua sir, I'm applying for double masters, MPA to MBA in Perth. What's your suggestion regarding this?
Where are you located, Joshua? Are you offshore or you are onshore in Australia? Someone with GSMA, 7 years of experience with 75 points. I think you don't have superior English. So work on superior English, and I think you should choose a 491 in certain states. You have pretty good chances of being accepted even from offshore. So New South Wales could be one, and even Western Australia and even South Australia too.
So Joshua is in Sydney and looking to do double masters, MBA or MBA.
Joshua, what is your current visa? We need to know your current visa. Please let us know what is your current visa. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp +61 452 169 200. If your question is related to student visa application and admission, we can simply help you. You are not required to book appointment. You can simply send us a message on WhatsApp. One of our team members will connect with you. Most times it would be Manjoor. Simran is asking, what is the future of secondary teachers? I believe all the teachers are pretty good. Secondary teachers are pretty good. Australia has a severe demand for secondary teachers. So if you're studying or thinking of studying secondary teaching, it is pretty good. Guys, if you're watching a live show for the first time and if you haven't hit that follow button so far, please do it now so you don't miss those live shows in future. My name is Mahinder. I'm a registered migration agent based in Adelaide, South Australia. This is our company's logo, and you can see our details are here. I've given Facebook as well as YouTube channel details. I'm being assisted by Mr. Manjot, who is one of the team members, and our goal is to help international students to gain permanent residency in Australia in the shortest possible time. It needs a lot of planning, lots of experience, and it needs a lots of dedication. So if you guys are looking for honest, ethical, and transparent migration advice, simply head to our website at www.ems.com.au and you can book consultation from there. If you have questions related to student visa, 485 visa, or admissions, you can simply send us a message on WhatsApp. One of our team members will get back to you. The same number is available on WhatsApp as well, the number which is displayed here. So if you want to ask questions, please make sure you give us as much as information as you can and try to give us narrow down your question, what exactly you're looking for. Okay, we'll try to help everyone. But when there are lots of people and lots of questions are flowing, it is impossible for us to pick every question for answering. So if we don't pick your question for answering, please post it again. But don't post the same question time and time again, okay? Let's get back to your question. So Bigyan Lamichane, can he apply for visa? So Bigyan, I think you have some part of your question. So Bigyan's first part of the question was, my friend want his wife here in Australia. She's in Nepal. They have a combined visa refusal now, ART. My friend want his wife here in Australia. She's in Nepal. They have combined visa refusal in ART. They have combined visa refusal in ART. That means the current application is not in favor. That means she has a visa refusal from offshore. It is going to be very difficult for her to come to Australia.
Even his friend has a visa refusal.
Yeah, so both of them, I know. You lodge the application
Maybe
from offshore.
Student visa.
It is going to be difficult. It is not going to be easy. She's not Section 48 bar. She can apply for a visa, but would that be granted given the complex history and previous refusal? Less likely.
I think his friend needs to challenge to the ART and
I think he's ART. If he wins ART, both visas will be granted. Yes. Yeah. Next one is user ending with 20232. If child is born in Australia, have any sort of disability, will that affect PR? That's a good question. So for anyone to get Australian visa, you're required to meet health criteria. Health criteria simply says that you are not affected by health condition that is going to take a lot of health resources from Australian citizens and permanent residents or Australian health system as a whole. Lately, few months ago, they made certain changes in which they included certain conditions. So I think disability to a certain degree was also in that. So it all will depend upon his medical exam. Okay, if the disability does not involve a lot of means does not make the child dependent on Australian health system, and it does not put a lot of pressure on Australian health system, that it can get through. So it will all come down to that that medical examination and what is written by the doctor during that medical examination. Okay. Rix is asking, what was the outcome from New South Wales seminar? Why are they going too slow with invitations? They are relatively slow this financial year. I am exactly not sure, but I believe they are going to use all the places before financial year. So they might extend their program until the month of June. Okay. So generally New South Wales used to close to May or first week. They might extend until mid of June and stuff. So that is something that I expect if they have to exhaust all the places. They can even give all those invites right away to everyone. But when the seats are limited, the purpose of migration is
they want to use those seats throughout the year. Yes.
Ida is asking, master by research course as higher degree at Torrens, but offered as course work visa conditions. I am not sure. So master's by research degree generally should have full-time work rights, but I think that's for PhD. So if you're doing a
master of research has I think
full-time.
But Ida Lingat, if you want to clarify your visa conditions, just look through your visa grant letter. So that's the best
and
way.
Read those conditions in detail.
That's the best way to understand your visa conditions.
Or ask
if you
your
have a
agent
visa
to
condition,
assist you. You can also ask your agent to help you with those questions. Karva is asking, what about engineering technologist, 85 points, WA and onshore? Engineering technologist, 85 points are okay. Job could also be a critical factor. But remember, engineering technology, let me have a quick look.
So Joshua, student visa expiry is in May and completed Master of Professional Accounting in March. In Sydney, planning for MBA in Perth.
Joshua, you need to plan it very carefully in two ways. If your student visa gets granted, what is your plan? If your student visa gets refused, what is your plan? So when you plan, you have to plan for both outcomes.
Joshua, if you have already completed your master degree, I think you should
choose something else to do.
Yes.
So 85 points and higher as an engineer technologist, if you have 85 or higher points, you are among 600 people or 800 people among 750 to 800 people if you have 85 and higher points. And if you're looking at Western Australia and specifically 190 in Western Australia, you're competing with 2,000 people. And I don't think they're going to invite this occupation in big numbers. They may give 50, 20 or 30 or 40 invites. So at 85 points, it is going to be difficult to get invited for 190 from Western Australia with those points. So if you increase points by 5 more, maybe it makes a huge difference as per the data that we have available. If you are on Facebook or on YouTube, you'll be able to see my screen as well, because I'm displaying that screen here.
You can see the numbers
as well. Yeah. Okay. So next question.
Can the employers sponsor a chef?
Can the employers sponsor a chef? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So can the employers sponsor a chef? Yes, employers only the sponsors for chefs. So if you are employed as a chef and if your employer is willing to sponsor you, then it is doable. But employer needs to meet certain criteria, and then the employee or the visa applicant also needs to meet the certain criteria. If you look at employer's criteria, mainly what we are looking at, a business that has been running for at least for 12 months or more, number one. is running in profit, and the business is running in profit, and there is a genuine position in the business which is not being filled by local employees such as Australian citizens and permanent residents. So these are the three key factors of employers eligibility for employer sponsor visa. And on top of that, the applicant also needs to meet certain criteria depending upon the subclass of the visa. So if you're going for subclass 482 visa, you're required to have certain qualification, relevant qualification in the area, and then you're required to have work experience. So work experience requirement is 1 year of full time before or after the study, or even during the study, or part-time equivalent, and certain English and health and all those criteria. So these are some basic requirements of employer sponsored visa. So if you are employed by someone and that employer is happy to help you in the employer sponsored visa, if you want to discuss, please head to our website and book appointment so we can go through that assessment.
So Gagandeep Tanwa, I submitted as a ROI Health Promotion Officer 70 points working in out regional. What are the chances?
Look, Gagandeep Dhanova 70 point ਤੇ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਊਟਰ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਤੇ ਪਾਈ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ 491 ਪਾਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ 190 ਪਾਈ ਹੈ। ਮੇਰੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ 491 ਟਾਰਗੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। You have pretty good chances. Let me quickly have a look health promotion officer ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹੈਲਥ ਪ੍ਰੋਮੋਸ਼ਨ ਆਫਿਸਰ ਦੀ ਨਾਰਮਲੀ ਸਕਿੱਲਸ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟ ਲੈਣਾ ਸੌਖੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਸ ਓਕੂਪੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਭੀੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ। ਬਟ there may be a lot of people sitting from offshore. So South Australia ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ if you check the screen, if you are able to come on Facebook or on Google, if you check the screen, you can see in South Australia we only have 49 health promotion officers. And what are the number of points?
I think they both are targeting for 190 and 491.
Yeah, but you can't. In SA, in ROI, you can only do 190 or you can do 490. You can't do both. So if you go for 190, they may not consider it.
If you are able to increase your points, if you have any room, then
that might increase your chances. But if your visa is running out, I would recommend to stick to 491.
We have seen that those people who have A teach bands, I mean superior English, have a better chances to get.
Gagan you have positive skills assessment and you have applied for 491. You have pretty good chances. I think if your visa is valid until December 2027, you can wait, okay, and continue improving your points and don't leave out of regional. That's my recommendation. Continue working in outer regional because they might give preference to people working in outer region South Australia even in next financial year and following.
Shresh Saru, have you guys received any positive skill assessment from SECO for ECT?
Not yet.
So we have got from the AITSL,
yeah,
but not from SECO.
The last one we applied was AITSL for Smearville.
Yeah.
So that was from
AITSL.
Yes. So that was just launched a couple of days before.
Yeah.
They changed that.
It was so quick. So I'm on 491 visa and I went to India for 2 months, and after 3 years still I have to wait for 2 more months for 191 visa.
No. So as long as you have held a 491 visa for at least for 3 years, okay, and you have 3 income tax returns, then you are eligible.
And you have to comply with the conditions of the visa, addresses and workplace. So those are the main conditions actually. So you have to
comply with those conditions.
Yeah. Brian Roy, what about 407 for motor mechanic? Can I do job ready program on it?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
So what about 407 for motor mechanic? Can I do job ready program on it?
Look, 407. Look, as long as in terms of visa, TRA has removed the visa subclass from their eligibility. So as long as your visa allows you to work full time, should not be a problem. Okay, this is what I know. As long as your visa allows you to work full time, that should be fine. Okay, guys, we have 46 viewers. I want all of you guys to please double tap the screen. I want these like numbers to jump to 2 or 3K likes. And it seems that there are less number of questions today because you guys are being very good, behaving very good today, not posting the same question again and again. So that's pretty good. So we are having good interaction, but I would love to see more viewers so we can have more a variety of questions. Okay. For those who are new to our live shows, I would love to introduce ourselves to all of you. My name is Mahinder. I'm being assisted by Mr. Manjot. We are a migration and education agency based in Adelaide. We believe in honest, ethical, and transparent migration advice. If you guys are looking for making plans for your PR or looking to do student visas, 485, employer-sponsored visa, 491, 190, 491, 494, or 482, 186, or general skill migration, 491, 190, 189, or skills assessments. We do all that stuff. We also assist in partner visas, citizenship applications, and parent visas. So if you have any migration related question, if you want to discuss, and if you think that you are stuck and you don't have options, please bear in mind, I have to tell you all that there are always options. It is just that you have to explore them. Sometimes what happens, you don't have option today, but you can create that option which can materialize in next 6 to 8 months. Okay, so planning is big part of getting PR in Australia. Over the years, we have assisted hundreds of people to do so, and you could be the next one. So if you want to discuss that in detail, you can connect with us on these details. We have WhatsApp address, WhatsApp number, phone number, as well as you have website address where you can go and book appointment.
Diksha Shrestha, hi there. I completed Master of Social Work. I'm on TR and expiring on Jan 2026. Any suggestions? So have you got your skill assessment as a social worker?
Number one question, yeah.
Yes.
So if you have skills assessment, work on your points as a social worker, you are eligible to get invited for 189, 190, as well as 491. So 491, 190 are state-based visas.
Yeah.
States may require work experience. 189 is purely point-based. If you're going for 189, let me have a quick look how many social workers are there, so as to give you a bit of indication. If you come to our YouTube channel or on Facebook with these details here, you will be able to see the screen that is displaying the number of social workers, EOIs we have. So currently we have 663 EOIs for social workers, and people with in total for 189. You can see also a breakdown of number of people at different level of points. So if you are on 80 or higher points, you are gonna get invited very soon. If you are on 70 or higher points, you still have pretty good chances of being accepted for 189. And this table here shows you the breakdown of number of applications or EOIs state-wise. So in state-wise as well, Victoria and New South Wales have above 250 people, but there are less numbers in South Australia, Western Australia, and other states. Okay. ਜਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਬਣੂਗਾ? ਬ੍ਰਿਕਲੇਅਰ 70 ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਨਿਊ ਸਾਊਥ ਵੇਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 190, 3 ਮੰਥ ਦਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈ. ਵੈਰੀ ਟ੍ਰਿਕੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਬ੍ਰਿਕਲੇਅਰ ਦੀ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਲੁੱਕ, there are high chances New South Wales can invite you for 190 or even 491. Okay, ਤੇ 189 ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਥੋੜਾ
5 ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੀ ਜੇਕਰ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਤਾਂ 189 ਦੇ ਚਾਂਸਸ ਹੈ.
ਹਾਂ, 70 ਤੇ ਵੀ 189 ਆ ਸਕਦਾ, ਬਟ ਦਿੱਕਤ ਹੈ
65 ਤੇ ਔਖਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ, 70 ਤੇ ਆ ਜਾ
65 ਤੇ ਲੈਟ ਮੀ ਚੈੱਕ 65 ਤੇ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ, ਬਟ ਦਿੱਕਤ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਉਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਦਿੱਕਤ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਆ ਬ੍ਰਿਕਲੇਅਰ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਕਲੂਡ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਰਾਉਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਟ੍ਰੇਡ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਆਕੂਪੇਸ਼ਨ ਇਨਵਾਈਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਸੀ. 65 ਤੇ ਘੱਟ ਹੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ, 89 ਪੀਪਲ ਐਂਡ ਟੋਟਲ 65 ਐਂਡ ਅਬਵ
70 ਤੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਚਾਂਸ
ਆ ਸਕਦਾ, ਬਟ
70 ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਚਾਂਸ ਹੈ.
ਦਿੱਕਤ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਨਕਲੂਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਊਗਾ. that is the problem, because they had a very big round. The previous round was very big for trade occupations in the month of November.
Maybe they invite professional occupations
this time, or they may do mix and match depending upon how their previous rounds have performed. So ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਰეკਮੈਂਡ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗੇਮ ਔਨ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ठीक है, बट एम्प्लॉयर स्पॉन्सर्ड वीजा या कुछ ना कुछ होर नालों नाल तैयारी कर लो.
So Miriam, can I add dependents after filing for 491 visa, or does it have to be before the visa has been filed?
जशन ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਆके Facebook ਤੇ ਆके या Google ਉਹਦੇ YouTube ਤੇ ਆके ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. Screen is still on there.
Yeah, you can check Jashan.
ठीक है. So you're looking for number of EOIs in New South Wales for 190, only 40 40 ਹਨ ਸਿਰਫ.
So Miriam, we are taking your comment. So I want to know that so you have already filed your 491 visa, or so is your dependent born after the filing of your visa, or you haven't added when you file your application? Please let us know. Then we can tell you
so
something.
In both circumstances, if the child was born after you lodged a 491 visa and the visa application is still in process, you can opt.
So she haven't added, Mary. I think you haven't added. I think when you file the application, so you have to add your baby.
Yeah.
Maybe dependent. Sorry.
Yeah. What happened? How did we do?
So
the child was born. In that case, the child was born after.
Yes.
Yeah, but child was born after the lodgement. So it all depends, you know, how at what point the baby or the dependent was born.
Actually the baby was already there, so I think Miriam haven't added when they file 491 visa application.
Okay,
so it should go in accompanying members. Accompanying, or maybe non.
I'm not sure what is the reason. It seems the question seems to be more complex than what you have typed there. So Mariam, if you have not taken assistance from a migration agent so far, and if you have done your work yourself, if you have taken assistance from migration agent, this is a question for them. If you haven't done so, then you should book appointment so we can look into your
Mariam. So this is a very complex scenario, so you can book an appointment with Mr. Mohinder. Then we will see each and everything, and then we will help you in that sense.
Okay,
what we need to do.
If you are already in touch with a migration agent, obviously they may be assisting you properly, so you just need to trust what they are saying, or you can ask for specific policy references from them as well, so as to make sure. Okay,
is your dependent in Australia or to the overseas country, or in overseas country?
All right, so we'll wait for her answer. Until then, I'm going to take Raghu's question. Raghu is asking, is there any round for ACT? I think ACT had a round few weeks back, I think last month. Haven't heard anything from them after that. I do not have a lot of clients from ACT, so really can't say much from my personal experience with my clients. But ACT, if you look at ACT, in ACT, they have 515 places remaining for 190 and 358 for 491. So they are halfway until 28th of February for their nomination quota for this financial year. So they still have reasonable places, and you might see some invitation rounds from ACT.
So Mariam, you should book an appointment with the Mr. Mohinder.
Yeah, that's okay. And I would also say, if your migration agent has advised, they can only be added after your visa is granted. That means you would apply for their subsequent entrant visa. Then that could also be true. In most cases, there is a tool on Department of Home Affairs website as well. If you just say add a child to visa application, okay, so there is a tool. You can also get some information from there as well. Okay.
If you need more information, then you can contact us. No problem.
Yeah. So Sachita is asking for 190 invitation, does it have to be working 6 months without any gap? Sachita, I'm not sure. 190 is a state-based visa. I'm not sure what state your question is related to. Bactrian Hazara is saying, do you guys have anything for European Union citizens like Dutch citizens? So there are lots of European Union citizens, or if you are a European passport holder, you can come to Australia through working holiday visa program. That is the easiest one. And then you can further explore your pathways while you're in Australia. Okay. You can also apply for general skilled migration. And for that, you would be required to have some work experience and relevant qualification, either professional field or in a occupation, in trade occupation related fields. Very good question, Sanchita. Do you require to be working for 6 months? Yes, that is their primary requirement. Not necessarily just with one employer, but there shouldn't be a big gap. And they also require people to have at least next 12 months of work available too. Yeah, can you please assist me with some questions?
Maharaj Podal. I'm working as a deployment technician while in Sydney and move the Perth with remote working. What is the best pathway for me? So I'm not sure about the deployment technician. So Mohinder, do you have any idea about deployment technician? Please.
Which one?
So Maharaj Podal is working as a deployment technician in Sydney.
So deployment technician, I'm not sure what exactly do you do. If you are some kind of technician, there may be one or the other occupation in the medium and long-term skills list which you can nominate, but I have to look at your jobs and duties mainly. Okay. I would recommend you to do a little bit of search yourself as well. And if you are confused, you need professional help, I would recommend you to book appointment so we can look into what could be the possible, what could be the possible occupation that you can nominate. Bian is asking, can you please explain the JRP program? Very good question and very generic question, Bian. So Job Ready program is a program that is run by Department of Home Affairs. It is made for those people who either have finished their study, a trade-related study in Australia, whether it is a chef or a cook or it is a carpenter or a bricklayer or plumber or any of these trade-related occupations, and you are required to get skills assessment. So through the Job Ready program, which is 1 year of full-time employment in most cases, but Job Ready program can take up to 18 months and sometimes even 2 years. During this 1 year of employment, you are able to get that skills assessment through this program. So in very simple terms, what is a Job Ready program? It is a lot of paperwork with the Department of Home Affairs, which is known as TRA. Here, when I say Department of Home Affairs, it is an authorized body, is TRA, Trades Recognition Australia. So you do a lot of paperwork with them and you actually work for 1 year with an employer and you learn hands-on skills. And at the end of the Job Ready program, you are required, the last step is to go through a test, a trade test. And once the trade test is passed, you get that paper with positive skills assessment, and that allows you to apply for different kinds of visas such as 491, 190 or 189, and even employer sponsored visas such as 494 and 186 and sometimes even 482. I hope that helps. So that's it. Basically, Job Ready program is paid employment, nothing much.
So RG, I'm taking your question. I'm electrical engineer in Canada and citizen. Am I eligible? So if you want to apply for a visa to Australia, like any permanent visa or maybe leading to permanent visa, then you have to go with the same pathway as the other two. So first of all, you need a skill assessment. So you can do your skill assessment by Engineers Australia. And after applying skill assessment, you can express your interest for permanent residency or other visas.
And once you get invited, if your expression of interest is invited, then you lodge your visa application and wait for the visa to grant. And once visa is granted, you are welcome in Australia. Yeah. So if you have to go through general skilled migration only. If you have some work experience, that really helps. So when we talk about general skilled migration, it is a program in which people gain points. For example, in Canada as well, you have a point system. We have a similar kind of point system in Australia too, where you get points for your age, you get points for your English, you get points for your work experience, you get points for your education, you get points for your other things such as spouse English and spouse skills. And
if you are single, and you are getting more points. If you are not
more
single,
the points, the better the chances, and you also get points for your employment overseas and even in Australia. So more points, better chances of invite. And if your occupation is a priority occupation, then you have even higher chances of being accepted. So Bien's follow-up question is, as a cookery student, is there any way to get PR without employer sponsorship? Absolutely, Bien. As a cookery student, you can also get 491, 190, and even 189. So depending upon what skills assessment you get, that will affect your eligibility for any of these visas. I think as a cook student, because there are so many people who are working as cook and chefs in Australia, it is very, very competitive. So if you want to go for state-sponsored visas, your employment has to be very, very strong. So gain good skills, work in a good restaurant or industry, and improve your English. If you have superior English, then you can even get invited by states too. Okay.
So Michael is saying, what documents are required to add your partner to your 485 visa application? So Michael, if you want to invite your partner on your 485 visa application, then you need your relationship certificate. That may be a marriage certificate, or your relationship certificate maybe in the records. So these are the basic documents.
Yes, lots of people with subsequent visas always recommend to take professional help. I know it costs you a bit of money, but it gives you peace of mind too. Remember, guys, Australian visas are very complex. Okay. And sometimes silly mistakes make you completely ineligible. Sometimes the visas get refused. So don't make those silly errors. It is easy if you take professional help. And we are here to help. It doesn't cost you. Some visas does not cost you a fortune either. Charges are very reasonable. So if you guys need professional assistance, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help.
Then you may have access to the more information.
Yeah, you may have access to better information, and you're less likely to make mistakes.
Some of things are very technical in the visa systems that not a normal person knows about it.
All right, so that was a question, I think, from Nisi. Nisi is asking, can I do a skills assessment on different roles? Can you do skills assessment in different roles? It is possible in some IT occupations, in IT field. If you're talking of chef and cook, generally you get skills assessment for both occupations in just one letter. So there are options.
It depends upon your job and duties. Some of the things are like if we have a bachelor degree, and some of the occupations needs only diploma qualifications, and some of the occupations need a bachelor qualification. Like a bachelor qualifications qualifies for the two maybe the lower level occupations, but not for the highers.
Bachelor level qualifies for a higher level occupation.
For higher, and for the lower as well.
So higher skill level.
But the diploma doesn't lead to the higher level occupation.
So basically, diploma and certificate level courses are mainly for trade occupations, and bachelor's and higher degree are mainly for professional occupations.
I'm saying for the technicians, some of the technicians only need a diploma, but
most technicians need a diploma.
Yeah,
almost all technicians, they can get away with diploma. However, even if you have higher degree but technician work experience, that can also be used for skills.
But if we talk about the scientist, then
you can't do with diploma. You need bachelor's or higher degree.
Yes.
Okay? So Dibu is saying, I'm a registered nurse and you are in Tasmania, but I graduated from Perth and you have started working in Tasmania. Pretty good, Dibu. If you're employed in Tasmania, that's pretty good. In Tasmania, you will be able to see on Migration Tasmania's website, they have a clear-cut indication whom they are going to invite. So if you have that gold pass, and I think you're going to gain that gold pass after working in Tasmania for 6 months, you can get invited by Tasmania, no problems whatsoever. Okay, I think we missed a question from Prakash. I think that was on YouTube. Do we need to put new ROI in SA when we update EY with experience points? Absolutely do. Yes, absolutely do, because ROI also asks your points, and if your points have increased, definitely you would be able to. You need to redo it. This is my recommendation. Okay. Lots of questions will get scrolled up, guys. Okay, Robin is asking why Victoria not releasing graduates week 491 out of 500 seats. How many gone? 85 points. Any chance for 491? Can't really say much. They don't release that data, how many allocations they have exhausted in that particular domain. And even if they do give those 500 allocations, they might give to priority occupations again. I'm not sure, Robin, what is your occupation? If it is IT and all that, explore other options if you're not getting invited and visa is running out very soon. Someone is asking, tell me about enrolled nurses. Enrolled nurses are being invited mostly for 491 in most states, and that too not in very big numbers. Okay, so job is critical for enrolled nurses. If you are working, then you would have options, whether it is employer sponsored visa or general skilled migration. And mainly this financial year, we have seen mostly enrolled nurses getting 491s. Are we getting visas for industrial pharmacist in Victoria? Industrial pharmacist in Victoria, again, a good occupation, but again, you may not get like so many invitations in these categories. So high points like 80 or 85 points, highest possible, is required. Will there be any round in Queensland? So Queensland is inviting people very regularly. They do not have a big chunk because they do not have a big quota. They only have 600 places for 190, 600 for 491. So they have a ROI system, and then they have their critical sectors list as well. So if you fall within that, and if you have very high points, you can expect an invite from Queensland. But don't expect a lot because of limited number of places they have this financial year. And also, you can see Queensland is such a big state with such a huge population, with a large number of universities having major campuses there. So that makes Queensland very, very competitive, especially this financial year, with that given that number of seats are very limited. Mr. Gautam is asking, I got ROI approved for 491. How many chances of nomination in Tasmania migration? So Mr. Gautam, if you have claimed everything correctly in your ROI and haven't hidden any information, haven't lied to the department, then there are almost 100% chances. And even if you have hidden things from them and have not claimed the points correctly, there are 100% chances it would get refused. Rehan Afridi, what's the minimum turnover for 482 visa as a motor mechanic? Look, that's just not a question for TikTok, because every business is different, right? There's not minimum turnover. Turnover depends on the number of employees and the expenses and so many different things and overall business. So as long as the business is operating for more than 12 months and if it is in profit, okay, it is a good sign for 482. But there are many other conditions the business is required to meet. Okay. Neat is saying, will there be another round for Western Australia? Western Australia has a huge number of places still left. Okay, they are definitely going to give a round, but I can't really say when. I believe maybe next month or so. Malik is asking, what about masters in agriculture? Sir, good chances for PR. As long as you're able to land in job, always chances are there.
So Malik Waleed, what's your bachelor degree?
So while we are waiting for there, Sanjeev Agarwal is asking community worker skill assessment from ACW, 85 points, New South Wales, pathway to 400 chances this year. New South Wales has a reasonable number of places available still this financial year, and 85 points are very competitive too as a community worker. So all the best to you. Your game is on. If you're currently employed, that's pretty good. If you're not employed, having employment in the occupation can be a game changer for you.
So Malik Waleed has done bachelor in business administration. Okay. Yeah, so you can do Master of Agriculture. But if you are doing Master of Agriculture in any university in Australia, then you may have a same fee as compared to the health sectors. Then try to get the health sector course, maybe Master of Social Work, Master of Nursing.
Because you would be required to, after your agriculture, you would be required to have at least
1 year of experience,
12 months of work experience to get skills assessment. In lieu, if you go for Masters of Nursing or 2 years course, you will get skills assessment just by completing the course. So there are different ways you can achieve this.
So Robin Ra, assistant administrator, 4-1 chance, face 85 points, graduate Victoria.
Can't really say. IT can't really say much, my friend.
IT people are like
this year. Not many states have prioritized IT. Yes, Victoria did some invites to IT, but with like superior English, single applicant or skilled partner, and with some experience, yes, and with high salary. So these are all conditions. If you don't have job, then don't expect much this financial year. Kismat is asking, hi boss, I'm finishing BIT in June from Sydney. Any suggestion for me? Kismat, suggestion, there could be n number of suggestions. Okay, if you're finishing this course, this is the right time. If you're about to finish your course, this is the time when you go and seek professional help. Go and speak to a migration agent close by. So if you have 2 years of work experience, and if you have your visa valid for another 12 months or so, probably choose to go for 186 direct entry if your employment is strong. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much.